Call today the meeting of the Public Facilities Commission. Before us today is the Public Facilities Department.
Good morning, Commissioners. The first order of business before you concerns the meeting minutes for the Public Facilities Department and the Department of Neighborhood Development for the prior meetings, which took place on January 15th of 2020. Is there a motion to approve these minutes?
I make a motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The meeting minutes are hereby approved. Beginning this morning with the Public Facilities Department, with us is Patricia Lyons, the Director of PFD, and there are 4 items on the agenda. Vote number 1 is being presented by Jim McGaffigan, Senior Project Manager with the Public Facilities Department. Vote number 1 concerns a correction to the vote of November 13th, 2019, regarding a contract with Hill International New England, Inc. to provide Owner Project Manager, OPM services for the feasibility study and schematic design phase associated with the William E. Carter project located at 396 Northampton Street, South End. This is a correction of the corporate name. Mr. McGaffigan, if you could present your vote request, please.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
This vote request seeks to correct the corporate name previously presented to the Public Facilities Commission on November 13th, 2019 for the award of the Owner's Project Manager contract to Hill International New England for the William E. Carter School. Of importance, the Public Facilities Department was contacted by the project management team and corporate legal counsel for Hill International. They confirmed that there was typographical error in some of the paperwork submitted by the firm's personnel. In brief, there were use of 2 corporate names, first being Hill International Incorporated and the second being Hill International New England Incorporated. The second name is incorrect and the firm as such not be used in the contract award for the project. Accordingly, I'm here today to seek your approval to allow the contract award for the project to be made in the firm's correct legal name, which is Hill International Incorporated. The scope of the feasibility study and schematic design services for the project remains the same, as well as the contract fee of $387,295. The term of the contract runs from October 8th to October 30th, 2021, and that remains the same. Accordingly, I seek your approval to correct the record and allow the contract award to Hill International, Inc. for the OPM services for the project. Thank you for your time in this matter.
No question.
Thank you. No questions. I make a motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Vote number 1 is approved. Vote number 2 is being presented to the Commission again by Mr. McGaffigan, and it concerns a contract award to Perkins & Will Architects Incorporated to provide design services for the feasibility study and schematic design phase associated with the William E. Carter School project located at 396 Northampton Street in the South End. The contract price is recommended at $1,212,000. Mr. McGaffigan, if you would present, please.
So, Commissioners, I'm here to request a vote for approval to award a professional feasibility study and schematic design services contract to Perkins & Will Architects Incorporated for the William E. Carter School project. The Public Facilities Department is managing the feasibility study that will include a preferred schematic design of the project located at 396 Northampton Street. PFD is working with the Massachusetts School Building Authority and the Boston Public Schools to timely deliver the design services for the project within 90 weeks of the contract's execution date. The Carter School is a Boston public school located on the border of Boston's Lower Roxbury and South End neighborhoods. The 13,500 square foot building was built in the 1970s as a temporary facility. It serves upwards of 30 students from ages 12 to 22 with severe intensive disabilities and complex health needs. Each classroom is composed of 5 students. There's 1 teacher, 2 teaching assistants. Students also work one-on-one with a variety of therapists. The school's classrooms have been retrofitted to serve the current school population. However, this school was not designed for students with multiple disabilities, and the existing building doesn't allow the staff to deliver full educational program as desired. Most of the students that attend the Carter School are assisted by wheelchairs. The main hallway of the building is narrow, making wheelchair passing one another difficult. This makes transitioning from one class to the other extremely difficult for students. The building does not have an art room, a music therapy room, a physical education space, conference rooms, a therapeutic pool, or locker rooms. In addition, the families of these students are extremely involved, and the present facility does not provide appropriate meeting space for the facility and staff to meet with the students and their families. The scope of the design services will consist of conducting a feasibility study through schematic design. The feasibility study will include the development and evaluation of potential alternative solutions with cost estimates for a new building that will adequately serve the individual needs of the medically fragile students with multiple disabilities, including physical and intellectual impairments. The goal is to increase the student population of 30 to 60 students. As part of the feasibility study, the MSBA has asked the city to look at 3 different enrollment scenarios, one being the existing population of 30 students, a 60-student population, and if a 60-student school doesn't fit the site, what's the maximum number between 30 and 60 the location can support? Subject to the approval of the MSBA, the scope of services may be amended to include additional design services through final design and construction. And if I could direct your attention to the PowerPoint. This first slide, this is a picture of the student and teachers in the current sensory garden at the Carter School. This open space is a key element of program, and it's expected that this type of space will be included in the new design. The second slide, this is an example of the congested classroom space. It's been retrofitted for multiple uses. After the art class that you can see going on here, tables are moved out of the way for physical therapy. As you can see, the equipment in the background and along the walls there, the pads. This third slide is the site, and you can see the commuter rail tracks running behind the building here. That's that will need to be considered in the contract documents because of the close proximity of the building. We'll have to have meetings with T officials and schedule time for document review by the T. The fourth slide, this is the existing site conditions upon the arrival of the building. You can see the dated concrete block of the building that was built in 1971. It has single pane windows. You know, all of it's in poor condition. There's limited drop-off space and pickup for the buses when they first arrive at the building. This is the fifth slide here shows the entrance area to the building that's congested. When the students arrive in the morning and afternoon, there is that one covered area, but you can see how crowded the space is and will need to be considered in the new design. The city publicly advertised for professional design services through a request for service process pursuant to Mass General Law 7C. The advertisement was submitted to the city Small Local Business Enterprise Office for distribution and notice on its listserv. Also, it was publicized in the City Record on November 11th, the Boston Globe, and the Central Register on November 13th, 2019. In response to the RFS, 6 firms submitted statements of qualifications for the project on December 11th, 2019. A selection committee comprising of 16 people with experience in design, planning, and construction. 3 were from the City of Boston Public Facilities Department, 12 from the MSBA, and the principal from the Carter School was involved in reviewing the qualifications for each firm on January 7th, 2020, using the defined criteria and the RFS. On January 21st, 2020, 3 firms were shortlisted and were interviewed by the selection committee. Perkins & Will Architects, Inc. was recommended as the top design firm due to its team's extensive experience with the design and construction of schools in Massachusetts on Mass General Law 149 public construction projects. Also, B+AC Structural Engineers is a minority business enterprise. Niche Civil Engineering is a woman business enterprise. and architectural engineers for fire protection and plumbing is a WBE, state certified, and will serve as engineer subconsultants to Perkins and Will Architects on the project. In accordance with the RFS guidelines, PFD and Perkins and Will Architects negotiate a design fee not to exceed $1,212,000, and that includes $247,000 for additional services. The design fee is based on an estimated effort for the project. The cost was reviewed by Hill International, the owner's project management firm, and PFD. Based on the level of effort projected, the cost is considered fair and reasonable. In conclusion, Perkins and Will, along with their consultants' experience with school projects and healthcare facilities that included therapy pools, outdoor space, specialty classrooms, they were ranked the highest with the 16-member committee. Therefore, I'm seeking the Public Facilities Commission's approval to award a professional feasibility study and schematic design services to Perkins and Will Incorporated to get this study started and determine the best options for the new William E. Carter School. Thank you for your consideration.
One quick question, and I know you don't have an exact number on this, but what's the estimated construction cost? Or
We really don't have an estimated construction cost at this point because it's still in the study phase.
I was assuming you might have a ballpark.
Not yet,
Okay,
unfortunately.
that's fine.
A quick question for me as well. When we do get to a point of construction, where will students be located, like during construction?
That needs to be studied also. That's a really good question.
It's a significant concern. I'd also like to point out that we also have with us in the audience today the principal of the Carter School, Mark O'Connor, who has done a tremendous job leading the school up to this point, and he's also been a really great partner thus far in the project and will continue to be as we progress through the study and then through the design as well. And so a lot of those concerns about, sort of temporary space will also be addressed in conjunction with the schools.
Well, this is clearly a needed and challenging project, and commend you guys for moving this forward. Make a motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Vote number 2 is approved. Vote number 3 is being presented again by Mr. McGaffigan, and it concerns an amendment to the vote of December 12th, 2018, regarding a contract with Util Incorporated to provide architectural design and construction administration services associated with the Dudley Branch Library renovations project located at 149 Dudley Street, formerly 65 Warren Street in Roxbury. Mr. McGaffigan, please.
Commissioners, I'm here to request a vote to approve and amend a professional design and construction administrative services contract to Util Incorporated for the Dudley Branch Library renovation project. The Public Facilities Department is currently managing the construction of the project located at 149 Dudley Street in Roxbury. Condition is in its final stages at this point. This amendment is for additional investigative and design services to address unforeseen water infiltration issues located at the library's penthouse. Leaks through the block walls have developed after the construction documents were completed and therefore not included in the original scope of work. In addition to the vote request includes an extension of time to complete the additional services through September 23rd, 2020. The amendment also includes additional monies for increased construction administrative services. If I can direct your attention to the PowerPoint, the top area there outlined in the red, you can see where the block is wicking in moisture. The darker block appears to be holding water. And the second slide here will show you the interior of the penthouse. And this condition, it's probably the through wall flashing, but some investigative work will have to happen to remove some block and truly look at it. But this condition has only happened in a few wind-driven rainstorms. But it surely needs to be addressed. Again, this is at the very top of the building in the mechanical room. The fee for the additional design services was negotiated using the fee structure in the project's executed contract. The proposed fee for the additional services reflects an acceptable price for the work involved. So in conclusion, I'm seeking the Public Facilities Commission approval to award additional design fee and construction administrative services to the contract of Util Incorporated. Thank you for your time and consideration.
No, I think it's important to actually address these issues, especially water infiltration and so forth, before you leave a project finished, because it's only going to get worse and more expensive, so good thing to be doing.
I make a motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Vote number 3 is approved. Thank you very much, Mr. McGaffigan.
Thank you, Commissioners.
And finally, vote number 4 concerns a change to the certificate of authority, adding to the prior certificate of authority, the authorized signatory, Chief of Operations of the City of Boston, Patrick Brophy, for the Public Facilities Commission. Director Patricia Lyons is here to answer any questions that you may have.
We're going to miss you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I concur. So no questions. It's a bittersweet vote, and we will miss you. Great job.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The motion is approved and the certificate of authority is amended. Finally, Commissioners, we noted that Director Lyons is leaving, sadly, for us. I'd like to acknowledge and thank also Attorney Angela Achu, former legal advisor to the Public Facilities Commission, for 13 years of dedicated service with the city. She's been a lawyer for public facilities, property management, and construction before that. And she has worked with the Public Facilities Commission itself for the past 13 years, and has just brought a tremendous knowledge and value to the legal advice and counsel and representation to the city. She is going on to has gone on to the Massachusetts Water Resources Authority, which will greatly benefit from her expertise. But I just wanted to express my own immense gratitude to Angela for the work that she did on behalf of the Law Department, and I know on behalf of the Commission as well.
Well said. Couldn't agree more. It's going to be a loss, but we wish her well.
Thank you. And finally, I would like to formally announce and congratulate Senior Assistant Corporation Counsel T.T. Lee, who recently accepted the position as legal advisor to the Public Facilities Commission and Department. T.T. is with us today, and we look forward to welcoming her to her new role beginning March 1st. Thank you very much, Commissioners.
Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome aboard.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned.